So if we're looking at no change and omit, and remember that it's that no change is considered the answer 25% of the time. That means that it would be correct 25% of the time. Trying to go through one, and there's a number 5 where no change is the correct answer. The connecting verb there is correct. And so therefore it would be considered no change. Again, looking at the flow of the sentence and considering that. Last thing to talk about quickly, wordiness redundancy. Again, going back to what I said at the beginning in part 1, it's considered based on your conciseness. So wordiness redundancy comes up quite a bit on these particular tasks, quite a bit. An example of wordiness redundancy would be, as I'm scrolling through, pronoun agreement, integrated transitions, word choice, rhetorical, word choice and tone is there that I just talked about. The word sinister is not necessarily the best choice based on the tone of the passage. It would actually be abysmal. Wordiness redundancy, number 18. Response to the advertisement was overwhelming, even tremendous. And Harvey soon replaced the male servers at his restaurants with women. Okay, so you can clearly see, based on looking at this question, that it's giving you different options, but those options are progressively more wordy. So that is a wordiness redundancy question. It's asking you for the most concise. So, and which one makes sense? Response to the advertisement was overwhelming, and Harvey soon replaced the male servers at his restaurants with women. Okay, that is an example of wordiness redundancy. Word choice and tone, I just gave you an example of that too. Sometimes you have popular writing where it uses I's using contractions. Often that can be the case. Some passages use popular writing. Some use formal writing that look more like essays and research papers. No I using contractions. Okay, so for the rest of this, I want to go through I want to go through and look at examples of some of these that I've talked about on the various past few videos. So let's look at a couple of examples and go through. The practice says that if you were juniors last year and you're looking at this as first semester seniors this year, you took this test last December. I know it's a long time to remember, but if you're looking at this then, you took this test last December. So 1 through 11 are based on the following passages. Again, here's a no change question. Usage mechanics, punctuation, sentence structure, parallel construction. Studies have shown that employees are happier, healthier, and more productive. So a parallel structure, healthier and happier, healthier, IER, and more productive when they work in an environment. So this is an example of a usage mechanics parallelism that they're trying to get. But the no change is the best response here. None of those other ones are keeping the sentence parallel or concise. Which choice provides the most appropriate introduction to the passage? So looking at number 2, working in an environment in which temperatures are carefully controlled. Well, this one, it would be maybe one we'd have to consider maybe skipping. This one would maybe be one we'd have to consider skipping if we're not sure what exactly the passage is about yet. So we've gone through this passage in the last couple of videos, so we know it's about something about light and then shedding some light in the workplace. So it talks about adequate amounts of natural light, and that would be the most appropriate usage of the most appropriate introduction to the passage is the question's asking for. So rhetorical organization type of question there. And again, rhetorical strategy organization. At this point, the writer is considering adding the following sentence. And I think I already talked about this one in a previous video. Chicago showed that inadequate natural light could result in eye strain, headaches, and fatigue, as well as interference with the body. I'm going to come back with more of this one on the last, hopefully what will be the last video in this particular series.